Good afternoon, all the students and viewers, and I believe everyone having very good day till now. So we coming here today with Cambridge Education Group, and we have from Cambridge Education Group Mr. Pranesh, who is like South Asia manager, and we also having Mr. Mr. Ajad Rahman, who is look after Bangladesh market. So
Hello.
thank you guys to join with us today. How are you today, Pranesh?
I'm all good, Imran, and thank you so much for inviting us on the session. That's really that's really humble of you. We as CEG are thankful to you and to N Global for this invitation, and just a warm welcome to all Bangladeshi students as well.
Okay, thank you, and thank you, Azad. Azad bhai, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Imran Bhai, for inviting us here and give us the great opportunity to talk with you and your staff as well for our Bangladeshi students in front of one. So, and we are very grateful again to to be here today. So,
Okay, thank you, Azad bhai. So I believe like all students who are really excited to study in Cambridge Education Group, you guys can ask any kinds of question about your admission procedures, and you can ask about like upcoming intakes, and you can ask about the tuition fees or accommodation facilities what universities they are providing. So this all kinds of question, whatever you having regarding your admission or overseas study in UK, so you can feel free to ask any question. You can call us, you can comment, and you can ask any question, or you can share this video for your friend who you think want to go to UK for their overseas study. So our experts they can guide you for this. And if you still having some question, you can visit our office. Our office is open, so you can take an appointment and you can come and ask any kinds of. So before we go to our guest, Pradesh bhai, what we'll do, we will go to watch a short video where students can ask see about like what this Cambridge Education Group doing, and then we will come back to you guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have a great track record of helping students to progress to top universities.
The advice we're giving is advice which will help students to write a quality personal statement, which will give them a greater chance of being given offers from top universities in the UK.
Students can progress to places such as LSE, King's College, Durham, City, Queen Mary. On campus we do a number of different things to make sure that students get to the best university for them.
We know what universities are looking for in both applications and personal statements.
We break down the whole application process into simple, easy stages. When students arrive, they start on the higher education programme with us.
We try to take the stress out of their application by providing sessions, one-to-one advice and online resources.
We will go through researching universities properly and making a successful UCAS application. A good personal statement is one that is clear, has a really strong emphasis on why the student wants to study that course and shows that the student is passionate about that course.
Students can pop in during office hours and come and ask any particular questions they may have.
We have a clear understanding of what our students are expected to achieve to get into the top universities.
The thing I love about working on campus is seeing students finish their foundation course and be excited to go to university. So if you're interested in having the opportunity to attend a top-rated university in the UK, then on campus is the place for you.
Wow, I believe like this was like very informative video. So I think like a student can have a little bit of hints about like what Cambridge Education Group doing for them. So Paresh, could you please share your idea and your expertise, like what is Cambridge Education Group all about, and how you guys support all those potential students?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we should put across what Cambridge Education Group is all about. So we started back in 1952, and we started back in 1952. I'm sorry, I'm just losing in between the connections.
Is it?
And we are the world's leading pathway provider, and this is how we brand ourselves. And the other name that you often find and you often hear about us is on campus, because we brand ourselves as on campus across the globe. Now there has to be understanding of what pathway providers are all about. We are different from universities. We are different from universities in a way that if an ex-student wishes to study at a university and isn't meeting the academic requirements or English requirements, they come and study with us. They come and study with us so that they can successfully progress to the university studies or university programs. And this is how Cambridge Education Group has been supporting students in past so many years to get university qualifications. So the second question that now arises is that we teach students, that's correct, but what do we teach students? We teach students programs like Foundation that leads to year one of bachelor's degree. We teach students international year one that takes students to year two of the degree. We offer pre-masters leading to masters. So these are the programs that we offer at our UK centers to students so that they can successfully progress to their main programs. The third point is that if we teach students, where are we teaching these students? Because that's primarily important for students to understand. We teach students on the university campus, and that's the reason we brand ourselves as on campus. We are CEG, but we popularly brand ourselves as on campus because we are teaching students on the campus. And, and this is what CEG is all about. And when we teach them on the campus, the other inquisitive thing that would arise is on which university partners do we work with, and we have a lineup of impressive university partners in the UK. For example, Coventry. For example, London South Bank University. We have UK North, that's UCLan. We have Hull. We have Reading. We have Sunderland. We have on-campus London that sits inside the Birkbeck University of London. So we have many university partners to offer where students can come, study, and progress to the main program. And this is what CEG has been doing in the past years most successfully. And this is what we are all about.
Okay, I believe like which is more the way you guys are taking students and give take care of those students for their foundation courses, which is really impressive. And this is why like you guys are one of the top foundation provider in UK. And like so many students, they don't know about like what is all about like foundation course and which student should go for foundation course. So Purush, if you could just let me know, then it will be really good for those students.
Okay, so that's again a good question. So foundation programs are basically for students who plan to study bachelor's at UK universities, but somehow they weren't meeting the academic or English requirements. So such students take up the foundation programs, and there's a uniqueness of our foundation programs. For example, our students from Bangladesh can also join the foundations program after SSCs. Even if they have like grade C, they can join us on the foundation program. Similarly, we have the international year one that allows you to get into the second year of the degree. Yes, obviously, the basic difference between a foundation and IY1 comes into the picture in terms of difference in the entry requirements, because for IY1s, we need better entry requirements from students in terms of percentages and English for them to qualify into IY1. And then pre-masters, again, students who weren't able to meet the direct master's requirements at the university would come and study with us. And they might be falling short in terms of academics or English, but they're
Yeah.
most welcome to come study with us and then progress to masters.
Okay, so basically, the students who want to go to those universities, if they're not meeting their entry requirements, then still they got opportunities to study there. So, can you please tell us, like, for these students, I know, like, you guys having so many university partnership with you guys, but like the top ranked universities in London and outside London, if you could just tell those universities' name, like where a student can go.
Yes, so we have on campus Coventry inside Coventry University, and the location is Coventry. We
Yeah.
have London South Bank University, and the location is London. We
London.
have UK North, that's inside the UCLan University, and the location is Preston. We have the University of Hull, and we are located inside University of Hull as on-campus Hull, so the location is the city of Hull. We
Yeah.
have on-campus Sunderland inside University of Sunderland, so the location of the city is Sunderland. Then we have Berwick, and inside the Berwick we sit as on-campus London. So again, the location is London. I hope I haven't missed any other university, but we have Reading as well. That's located. So that's located inside University of Reading as on campus, and students can study at Reading. So what we are actually doing is that we are allowing students to pick up locations as per their convenience. For example, some students are really keen on joining our London campuses because of the City of London. And for such students, we have LSBU and the Berwick University of London. And for some students who look into more affordability, can also join us outside London locations. For example, Preston, that's UCLan, or Coventry, or for that matter, Hull. So in terms of locations, we are very good, we are flexible, and as I said, we offer a number of locations to students.
Okay, so often we receive a question from students like, okay, if I'm going to this foundation course, so what will happen? Like, can I move from another university after completing this foundation course? Like, if some students have they choose some other universities, they can go there.
That's a very good question, and I would like to answer it more categorically. Now, 5 centers with us, which is on campus Coventry, LSBU, Hull, Sunderland, and Reading, we often describe them as one-to-one transfer. So our expectations are very clear. If students are planning to study with these universities, a preparation program, and a preparation program could be foundations, IY1 or pre-masters, we are loyal to our university partners, and we expect the students to progress to the same university. However, our uniqueness is in our one-to-many transfer. So for example, on campus UK North, that's located inside UCLan, would allow students to progress outside UCLan as well. And let me take some names. For example, in the past, our students have progressed to Leeds. They have progressed to Liverpool. They have progressed to Sheffield. They have progressed to Surrey. So that's a one-to-many transfer. And when I say on campus London, that's, I would say, a fantastic center when you take it as a one-to-many transfer, because that can invariably lead to any university in the UK. And we have some strong progression university partners that I would like to name through OC London. So students studying at OC London progress to Berwick, but they can also progress to our preferred partners like Queen Mary University of London. They can progress to Royal Holloway University of London. They can progress to the Goldsmiths University of London. So there are so many universities to progress, but one point that I would like to share with you on campus London is that it can lead to invariably any university in the UK. And I want to support this with some basic stats. And when you listen to this, you'll say, wow, because say, for example, 2020, 57 offer letters were made from King's College London to the on-campus London students. 71 offers were made by RHUL, the Royal Holloway University of London. That's big. 15 from Durham. Say about Around 40 offer letters were made by City University of London to OC London students. So you can imagine the quality that our students get at OC London, and they transfer to leading universities in the UK. That's the word, leading universities in the UK.
Wow, which will be really good for those students who basically wanted to go some other universities. You said the name, yeah. So they can go for foundation. Eventually, they can complete it on campus, and then they can move it if they don't want to study,
Exactly.
which is really good option
So
for the students, to be honest.
yes, and I would again like to clarify, if students have such dreams, who are even good students, haven't you seen that good students didn't have the percentages to end up at top end universities in the UK? Such
Yeah.
students can come and study at on-campus UK North UCLan and transfer out to other universities, or they can come and study with us at OC London and then transfer out to other universities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we already receiving so many students questions, but I'm just going to one student question. He's asking like, do you accept Duolingo for foundation course?
So that's again a good question. Now, if students are planning to join us face to face, which is
Yeah.
the November intake, and it starts on 2nd of November,
Yeah.
we won't accept Duolingo. We need students to do either UKVI IELTS or the PTE UKVI academics. And I repeat again, it's the PTE UKVI academics that students need to do to join us on a face-to-face program. But we are simultaneously running another intake that starts in September, where students can start first online, do the 3 months program, that's one term, and then join us in January for the remaining program. Now, the student who raised this question right now can do a Duolingo and start with his online program with us.
Yeah.
But at a time when he'll be ready to find a tier 4 visa, that's a study visa for the January intake, he would then need to do a UKVI IELTS or the PT UKVI academics. So yes, for the September, to start with September intakes, which is online 3 months, we can accept Duolingo, but the same student who would then just fly out to January for the remaining program has to give a UKVI IELTS from the home country or PT UKVI academics so that we can give or CAS him for the tier 4 visa.
Okay. Okay. I believe like you address his questions and you address his answers as well. So I'm just coming back to what we are that time, like asking about like the university's campuses and things. So could you please tell us like for foundation course, like, what is the basic entry requirements you guys are looking for the from Bangladeshi students?
So what we are basically looking on foundations, our requirements are quite reasonable for students. Let's say if a student wishes to study at OC Coventry, we can take students with 45% at HSCs, or as I said, on foundations, we can take students from SSC as well, which could be grade C. So every center has its respective requirements, but the maximum that we need from an HAC student is just 45% for our foundations. And even if you think about our UKVI IELTS for the foundations, is just 4.5 with no elements less than 4, which is easily achievable by students. So that's the requirement for foundation. For international year 1, HSC students usually need 55%, and that leads to the second year of the degree. And for that, UKVI IELTS are 5.5 with no elements less than 5, except for Sunderland that takes students at 5 with no elements less than 4.5. And pre-masters, again, we need students to have bachelor's honors, which if I'm correct and if I assume is correct, are 4 years bachelor's from Bangladesh. And centers like Coventry or centers like UK North UCLan need 45% in bachelor's, or centers like Sunderland or centers like Hull even take students with 40% in bachelor's. The only thing we need to be careful about is the English over here, because centers like Coventry and Sunderland offer all kind of pre-masters, 1 terms, 2 terms, and 3 terms. So let's say, I'm just taking an example, if a student would wish to study a 1-term pre-masters at Coventry would need 6 with no elements less than 5.5 as UKVI IELTS, or alternatively can take a PT UKVI academics, or a 2 terms would need 5.5 with no elements less than 5, or a 3 terms would need 5 with no elements less than 4.5. So we have set out these requirements for all levels, which is foundations, IY1, and pre-masters. Yes.
Okay, so when you said like 2 terms and 3 terms, okay, so what is the all about? Like who's the like what categories of students you guys will accept for 3 terms, and what kind of students you guys will send it for 2 terms?
That's again a good question. Students are categorized on pre-masters basically on English, on the English that they have.
Yeah.
So let's take an example that a student visits your office with 45% in bachelor's, and he's holding a UKVI IELTS 5.5 with no bands less than 5. Such students would need 2 terms. But if a
Okay.
student has zero point 0.5 higher and said, I have 6 with no elements less than 5.5, the same student, because is meeting the academic requirements,
Yeah.
would get a 1 term. Or students who have as low as 4.5 with no bands less than 4 would get a 3 terms with University of Sunderland. That's pre-masters at the University of Sunderland through us. So basically, the duration that a student gets on pre-masters are determined on the basis of what English skills do they have. That's
Okay.
the answer. What English skills
Basically,
do they have?
yeah. Basically, the summer it comes like the depends on IELTS. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay. Well, it's all right. So there is a few more questions. I'm gonna go to again students' questions. Then we'll come back to you again. Like, hello. I would like to know that when is it? Okay. When is it required for me to take a foundation course? Okay. I think a student was trying to say like why I need to take a foundation course.
Okay, so as I said, I earlier said that foundations would be taken by students who are not meeting the direct entry requirements of the university. But I would just like to add on to this. Foundations are just not, or international year ones are just not for students who do not meet entry requirements. Sometimes the kind of focus that you get on foundation programs or IY1, the classroom size are small, you get more focus, the approach is even better from the faculty towards the student. You acclimatize to the entire situation before your university studies. When you're doing your foundations and IY1s, it makes you understand how to perform at a UK university, what would be expected by a student when he or she is progressing to the main program. These are some of the things which we actually teach at IY1 or foundations or pre-masters. These are add-ons that adds value to the student. So let me give an example. If I've got a cricket match tomorrow and I practice today, I'm going to perform better tomorrow in the match. It's very simple. So if I'm doing foundations, I want a pre-masters, I'm actually preparing myself for university studies, and I'm trying to, and I know what expectations would be from me as a student, and
Exactly.
I would become better in terms of a student when I start with my main programs. And this is where a lot of students in the past you might have seen who have done foundations, IY1 or pre-masters actually perform pretty well when they get into the main programs.
Okay, so I believe like this is like a platform for the student to prepare themselves in order to like get a good result of for their either masters or their bachelor course. Because as it is in on campus, so a student will get used to the university like facilities, libraries, and all other opportunities. I believe that will really help them a lot, and they will be used to with it, isn't
Yes,
it?
Imran, and the reason is that because, as I said, we are on campus, and when we are on campus, our students get the same facilities as other university students. They are getting the same international exposure. If they
Exactly.
are science and engineering students, they are using the same labs as other university students are using. So there is no discrimination, no differentiation between an on-campus student or a university student. And that's the best part.
Which is really good. And Paresh, I'm just coming back to you regarding another question, like the tuition fees. Okay, I believe like the tuition fees vary to campus to campus, universities to universities. So could you please tell us like what is like foundation tuition fees uh, for your inside London universities campus and outside London?
Okay. Okay, so what you said is absolutely correct. And the fees does vary from centers to centers. But I'll just give an example of LSPU, which is in London, but that's the most reasonable that we offer as fee to our international students. That's just around £13,245 at
Wow.
on-campus LSBU for foundation. But for Coventry, it's £14,685. I'm just giving an example. OC London, which offers some unique foundation programs, could be higher and could be £17,490. So yes, it varies from center to center. But one thing I need to clarify over here is that so if I'm going for a foundation at Coventry, the price of, or the fees, I should say, of foundations would be same as international year ones. So we don't differentiate in that. We don't differentiate in that. But yes, as I've just given you some examples of some foundation fees, you could say possibly that our fees ranges between £13,000 to £17,000, which includes the OC London as well. That's inside the Birkbeck University of London. So that's the range that you get in terms of fee with us. But what I just need to put across to you and to students who are listening to us is, please don't get worried about the fees. We are happy to offer students big scholarships. And I think, Imran, that would be one of the questions that you might ask me as we move in the due course. So I'll take up that question at that point of time. But I again repeat, please don't get worried about the fees. We offer decent and big scholarships.
Okay. So when it comes like scholarships, this is my next question. So you just bring it up. So which is good. So could you please tell us, like, I know like these scholarships I also seen like is differentiate to campus and university to university. But could you please give like hints to students like how much they can get a scholarship if they are eligible for that for foundation course, and how much they can get a scholarship for a pre-master's course if they're eligible for a scholarship?
That's a very good question. Now, we offer scholarships at two different points. So that's a good news for the student. One is when students are applying for programs with us. And when they're applying for programs with us, these are foundations, IY1s, and pre-masters. I would first pick up foundations and IY1s. So for a Bangladeshi student, we have already a scheme running that students who would pay deposits by the 31st of August would get scholarships up to £3,000, which is a decent scholarship for foundations and IY1s. On pre-masters, till the time the students are joining us on 9 months pre-masters, which is 3 months, we are again happy to offer up to £3,000 scholarship. But 1 term and 2 terms, we'll deal it on case-to-case basis. So we are not closing it on scholarship. We'll definitely give scholarships to such students as well. So that's one that we offer. Interestingly, a student at your office, or when they meet you, they might ask you a specific question. Fine, I'm getting a scholarship from on campus, but what's going to happen to me when I'm going to progress to the main university? And I would really like to highlight the progression scholarships offered by our university partner. And listen to this carefully. So a student going to LSBU, if gets some merit in foundations IY1s, get a 25% discount each year of study. So that's big. And even if they don't get a merit, they still get £1,000 off each year of study. Let's take example.
I'm just pushing you there, sorry. So you mean like if a student going for foundation in South Bank and they complete their foundation, then every year they're getting 25%?
No, they need to have a merit in foundation, merit as a result. But if they don't get a merit, doesn't mean that they won't get anything. They still get £1,000 each year of study. Now UKNorth is different. It offers even big. So at UKNorth, you have to pass a foundation and you can qualify up to £3,000 scholarship each year of study. So that's big. And listen about Hull, University of Hull. You pass foundations or IY1s, or then you get into the second year, you get £3,500, up to £3,500 as progression scholarships. Sunderland, again, on foundations IY1 offer on progressions £1,500 scholarships. So we have some big progression scholarships to offer, and we offer some similar progression scholarships when students are joining us through pre-masters. So let's say I've done my pre-masters at on-campus UK North. UCLan then can offer you anything up to £3,000 at the 1 year's masters. Sunderland can offer up to £1,000. So we have these progression scholarships with us, which is really good. And in the past, students have really liked the progression scholarships because they are benefiting both ways. When they're getting into foundations, either on a pre-masters, they get scholarships. When they're progressing, they get scholarships.
Exactly. So I believe like for a scholarship way also they have a huge opportunities to grab it. So if they're doing a very good result, then they are deserving a scholarship, and on campus they're providing that scholarship, which is really good for the students. And coming back from this scholarships question, I'm going to like some like some students they're asking about like how where they will accommodate themselves, like what types of accommodation facilities do you guys offering to students, and how they can secure it, and those accommodation is secure for all those students.
That's a good question, because accommodation is something that students are always looking into. Now, exactly. Before I actually get into accommodation, there's an important point that I would like to discuss on accommodation. Many a times, because as I said, we take students after SSCs, and they are not 18 years. 18 years is something that has to be taken very seriously by students. If students are joining us at a point of time when they are not 18 years, they have to stay university accommodation with us, which is the on-campus accommodation, rather I should say, or on-campus accommodation. And such students sign off, parents sign off a parental consent form. So we have to be careful with students who haven't turned 18 and are joining us. Will have to be at the on-campus accommodation by all means till the time they do not convert 18. And they are also offered with guardians. They're offered with guardians in the UK, for which they pay something additional, say about £75 for the guardianship, but that's again a part of the process that we cannot neglect. Now, students who are already 18 years and joining us have two options. They can take either on-campus accommodations, or they can pick up accommodations by themselves. Sometimes students search on the net and they pick up accommodations by themselves. They do their homework by themselves. Now, our on-campus accommodations are brilliant. They are not more than 10-15 minutes away from university accommodations, and so they get all kind of facilities on-campus accommodation. For example, our Wi-Fi, en-suite rooms, shared kitchens, etc. So and again, accommodation could be offered in different terms, 1 terms, 2 terms, or for the complete duration of the program. So we offer that flexibility also to the student. Sometimes for example, let's say I'm 18 years and I just wanted a 1-term accommodation so that I can settle down at the city. And within this 1 term, I can find a new accommodation by myself, and then I can move out. So we offer that flexibility to students on accommodation, and they can pick it up as term-wise. We also offer taxi supports to our students. So let's say I need a taxi pickup from the airport to the university, that's being offered, or to the accommodation is being offered by us. So accommodation again is not a big challenge for us, but I would still say is that students who are planning to take on-campus accommodation should be a little bit proactive. They should pay their deposits on time to close the accommodation, and so that once they arrive, they are absolutely with no hassles over there, and they know where they're supposed to get into. And again, I would recommend one thing is that students going to our centers, please stay near to the university, because at times what happens is that students plan to stay far away from the city. They end up paying a lot of money. Commutation is not that reasonable in the UK. I hope everybody understands that. So please stay near to the university. That's important.
I believe like all the students' parents, they are always concerned about those little kids, because the foundation kids, they are just only 17, 18 years old. So this accommodation is placed is really high concerning issue for them, as a university point of view, I think you guys have addressed their concerning issues, and it will be really helpful. I'm coming to Ajab Bhai now. I say like Ajab Bhai, how I just asking you some questions. I'm like, welcome to Cambridge Education Group. It's really good to have you. Because like you just joined Cambridge Education Group. I think this month. So
Yeah.
it will be really good journey with you. And what do you think about this Bangladesh market? And what do you think like what kind of course a student would like to apply from Bangladesh?
So thank you, Mr. Imran. And again, I have just joined first of this month, and it's been only 14 days. So still I am learning from my seniors and my colleagues again. And obviously, Bangladesh is a very good market for foundation as well, international year one and pre-masters in UK as well. So lots of students we have, and there's a good potential student as well.
Yeah.
So in UK, mainly for Bangladeshi students, if I say business courses will be one of the potential courses again, and some of the law courses we have that LSBU law courses, one of the most famous courses as well. Mechanical engineering courses we have. In Coventry, we have engineering courses as well. OC London, we have a good foundation like a University of London Foundation course, which is mainly for law students who wants to jump in the big universities for their bachelor courses. So we have varieties of courses as well. As well, those students are looking for MBBS degree in UK. We have those options with UCLAM, like
Exactly.
OC UK law. Okay. So we have varieties of options, almost each and every options we have, but particularly these are engineering, business, law. These three are the main stream courses for Bangladeshi students. They are mainly looking for, and as well we have LSBU in London and OC London in Berwick University of London. Those are the famous place for Bangladeshi students they are looking for. Again, outside of London, we have so many places for Bangladeshi students.
Yeah, I think like the point you just pick up those like important courses for Bangladeshi students is like always we receiving like application for those courses. Like in business, students are really focused on like also business courses, then law, then there is a like few students nowadays they want to go for MBBS or doctoral related courses, and we also receiving huge number of application for engineering and is IT related courses as well. So we already having so many offer letters for like London South Bank universities, then Sunderland and UCLan also, and there is few offer holders are from like Hull and other universities. So Pranesh, I'm coming back to you. Like, what would you suggest, and what would you like to say those offer holders what they should do right now?
So the answer is simple. They have to be proactive. They have to be proactive. And students who are holding offer letters with us should submit their pending documents ASAP, so that the first step is conditional offer letters get converted into unconditional. And
Yeah.
in the process, when we are converting conditionals to unconditional, our students need to do compliance interview with our visa team.
Oh,
So I repeat again, documents plus the compliance interview needs to be done for students to have the unconditional offer letters. And the other important thing, if a student has submitted UKV IELTS for the November face-to-face teaching programs, it's fine. If they haven't,
yeah.
please book yourself for the UKV IELTS or PT UKV academics, because South Asia students, and the trends that I'm looking into is that most of the South Asia students are happy to join the November face-to-face program. November
Okay.
face-to-face. So for that, as I said, conversion of a conditional to unconditional, three things
Yeah.
important. Submit your documents, do our compliance interviews, and before the compliance interviews, you have to submit your English requirements, which is UKV IELTS or a PTE UKVI academic. So that's my advice to the student, so that they don't face any hassle, because Bangladesh is a very new region for me, but whatever I understand about Bangladesh is that it takes time on the visa turnarounds. So we really need to be quick in the process for students to successfully join our November face-to-face or September online. September online is still okay because we don't need a visa. We don't need a visa, but that doesn't mean that a student would carry a sluggish process with himself or herself, but still need to clear all our conditions except the financial conditions for them to join the September online. Except, or we can also exclude English at that point of time, because English would be needed by them when they start with the remaining programs in January. So, but I'm mainly taking as students going for November face-to-face. Please start converting your conditionals to unconditionals. 3 things: pending documents, compliance interview, and English requirements.
Okay, which is our all officers also keep telling them, like we need to fulfill their conditions, and then we can prepare them for like either November or September intake, whichever intake they are planning to go, and that is really first thing student need to do now. I'm just going to Ajad Bhai again. Ajad Bhai, could you please tell like the students from Bangladesh, if they want to apply those universities and Cambridge Education Board, so what documents they need to submit their application?
So our application document is very simple, I can say. Student just need to provide their passport copy, as well their if they have IELTS available, then they can submit. Otherwise, they can submit later. They have to submit their complete application form, as well academic documents, whatever they have. Okay. So initially, if we got this document, then we'll issue the conditional offer. If any document is pending, then after that, student submit their documents later. So all international year 1, foundation and pre-master, same way student can apply.
Okay. So, and how many days do you guys need to issue offer letter for the students?
So it takes a very short time. Again, 3 to 5 working days. We are always trying to issue the offer, but sometimes we issue offer a bit earlier. Again, 1 or 2 days. Sometimes it takes little bit more time as well. So it depends on the volume of application load in admission team. So within 1 week, we always sorted our application.
Okay.
So Imran, the one thing that I would like to put across to you is that we usually have commitments to our partners on 48 hours to come back with offer letters. At times, what happens is that if the cases are a bit complicated, we first ask our partners to do the VQ forms, and once the VQ form is approved by the compliance team, then we then come back to you with the offer letters. So what Azad said is absolutely correct. We try to get back to our consultants as soon as possible, but in cases where there are a little bit of complications, more gap years, etc., or some visa refusals that has happened in the past, we really need VQ forms to be cleared first. Yeah.
That makes sense, because like if you according to our experience, like we're getting off a letter not more than 2 days, I believe. Like very rare case it takes 5 days from on campus, which is really good, and also the students are always happy about this turnover time, and which is really impressive. But yeah, some cases, like a student may have like 1 year study gap, or sometimes students having some previous refusals. So those cases, your admission team, they asking like, okay, allow us another 2 days or 1 day, we will come back to you. So which is really good strength for you guys, like issuing of a letter and all as early as possible for the student. And Paresh, I'm just asking you another question, like if a student want to make application to on campus, how they can make their application?
Oh, and Global is always there to make applications for us. that's the simplest answer. But yes, if you wish, you can directly send applications to our student recruitment manager, who is Azad in Bangladesh, and he would push it through with the admissions team. And secondly, you can visit our websites to make online applications. So these are the 2 ways. send it through to our SRM Azad, and he takes care it with the admissions, and he comes back to you with the offer letter, or make an online application. These are the two easiest ways to get your offer letters as quick as you can.
Exactly. So coming back to this making application. So some students who already made their tuition fees payment and they are planning to go for this upcoming intake. So their parents are highly concerned about like how university they implement what types of steps they implement to reduce this pandemic issues and this time, and what types of measurement as a university behave they take to reduce any kinds of risk for our students. So could you please give any idea upon us, like what kind of activities or plan you guys already take to reduce this pandemic issues?
So at our end, we are actually trying our best that any student going to our center shouldn't get affected. And most important thing is that you might have seen recently students have been asked to quarantine as well when they arrive in the UK, so that they are sure that they are not infected or they are not carrying COVID-19 with them. Second is obviously the kind of social distancing that would take place at the centers would take care of the students. So we would be taking all kinds of care. Our center directors are there. Our staff members at the centers would specifically take care of the students in such situation. So that's actually not a big challenge for us. But yes, what I would rather recommend to students is to be careful, and they take care of themselves as well, because how infectious this can be at times. I don't want to sound negative on the call, but we'll take care of the students to the best of our abilities. Yeah.
Okay, I believe this is like most often question we are getting from the students and their parents, like how they will cope up with their, and the on campus is one of the things they did, which is really good for the September intake, and after November the student can either do it in online and they can go to face in November as well. So which is really good step you guys take this for this COVID-19 situation, I believe.
Yes, so exactly. Some students who are more apprehensive, or the families are more apprehensive that okay, November is too close a call for us. They can start with our September intakes to 3 months of studies over here, and then join us in January. But then there are some enthusiast students who are planning to start us in November, should take care of their quarantine in the UK. And Imran, this situation is changing day by day.
Exactly.
If situation becomes better, you never know whether students are needed to quarantine or not as well. So, but as I said, we will take care of the students. Our staff members at the centers would take care of the student. And I just wish all the best to all the students joining us, not only from Bangladesh, but from across the globe, that they come study and they remain healthy. That's primarily important. Yes.
This is exactly what we all wanted for for this all the students, because like those all the students, they are going UK. This is kind of their first time. They maybe some of the students they're going to UK, so it will be a little bit tougher sometime for them. But I believe like like the Cambridge Education Group, their accommodation facilities and all the care they are providing, which will really help them to cope up very quickly with this new environment, and which will be really helpful and relax for these parents, because like parents always concerned about these kids, because like maximum population kids we're having, they're even under 18, like 17 years old. So which is really good side up and the strength for your Cambridge Education Group. So we are very end of our live session today. So Ajad bhai, if you have something to say to our students, potential students, you can share your views right now.
So for viewers and students, those still are planning to apply for the foundation or international year-round or pre-masters, please contact with EN Global. There is a very like experienced counselors over there to help you guys. And please contact with them and submit your application as soon as possible. Then we'll issue the offer accordingly as earliest as possible. Okay?
Thank you, Ajit, for your time. And Punesh, if you have something to say for all those potential students, please feel free to sign up.
So the first thing I would say to the potential students is please take care of yourself, and the most integral point over here is that you should keep yourself healthy when you're flying out and when you start with your studies at our centers. You'll get the best quality of education that you expect from us on foundations, IY1 and pre-masters, and just be quick with your processes. If you're really happy to join us in these intakes, which is the November face-to-face or the September online leading to face-to-face January. That's my advice to the students, the potential or the prospective students that you have at the moment, and that's about it. But
Okay.
health is really important at this point of time. Health.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Punesh and Mr. Azad, for your valuable time and share your all those information for all of our potential students. As a EN Global Education, we always organizing so many educational fair where all those universities coming and where all the potential students and parents they can join and they can talk with the university directly. But due to this pandemic situation, we are not able to do those kinds of educational fairs. So we arranging every day this kinds of live session where a student and their parents they can get some information and they can get those all this valuable information from their home. So eventually, if anyone is still wanted to apply for UK for September intake, feel free to contact with us. If you miss this live session, you can call our officer's number. This number is coming below there. So you can call any of the officers. All of them are very happy to help you for your admission, secure your scholarship, and like all kinds of documents preparation for your visa applications. So if any of your friend also want to go to any partner universities from Cambridge Education Group, please feel free to contact with us, and we will get back to you as early as possible. And
Imran, just one.
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry, Imran, to jump in between, but the point that you raised earlier about parents' concern on students joining our centers, nearing the time we might again come back with with some important checklist that a student needs to follow when they are flying out to the UK. And we are going to share that with you for you to share with the students. And at times, if they wish to have individual calls, Azad is there to take up their calls, because I understand in this pandemic situation, the most important thing that parents would care about is the health of the child. And even for us, it's the student who's the top priority. So nearing the time, we'll again come back to you with a very strong checklist. How are we going to take care of the students? And I'm going to go back to our centers, and we can do even a paper on this, that how well are we going to safeguard our students on this, which is already in place. I just need to share with you. Yeah.
Exactly. So which will be really helpful for the students as well. So I can see like so many comments coming from the students. We not Cambridge Education Group having so many partners, so we was keep focus on to get more information from them. So students who having more questions, so please feel free to call our below numbers. So one our officer will get back to you. And finally, what I want to say, all the offices in Dhaka and Sylhet, both of the offices open. So any students who want to apply from Sylhet, please take an appointment and then visit to our office. Make sure you use mask and you are safe and secure. And then you can visit our Dhaka office as well. We have only limited appointment time schedule for every day. So if you want to visit our office, please feel free to contact with any officer. They will give you exact time frame, so that time you can come and visit and talk to one of our or specialist. And secondly, I would like to say, guys, thank you and be safe over there. And we will be always with you guys. So any kinds of information or any kinds of question, feel free to talk in Global Education. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Pranesh, and thank you, Ajay bhai.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Imran. All the best. Have a great day.
Same to you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Hello. Hello. Are you looking to study in the UK? Then we have exciting news for you. We are here to assist you in every step to complete your journey to study in the UK, to find out the right universities, right course selection, free assessment and eligibility check, guidance in writing appropriate personal statement, guaranteed scholarship arrangements, arrange work placement with your course, embassy interview, preparation, and visa application. The good thing is, all these services are free of cost. We do not have any service charge or file opening costs before or after your application. And we are proud to work with over 97.5% success rate over the years. So get in touch with us and make your dreams come true.
Contact with EN Global Education Limited. Mobile 01704 099 457 or 017 305 99332.